it was we were discussing this question yesterday. Okay,
Assalamu
and
alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, and you have to follow again the same footbridge and to find out the predicted mass of the product and to get the percentage yield in the end. Okay, so what are the number of moles of NaOH? How we will take
0.056.
out? Yeah, which formula we will use?
Mass over molar mass.
Mass or molar mass.
Is mass of NaOH given to you?
No, ma'am. Concentration times volume.
Yeah, okay, remember this thing. For that formula, mass divided by molar mass, you must be having mass of NaOH, which is not given. Okay, for NaOH, only volume and concentration is given, so you can use these both to take out. Okay, and also see if it is a solution, then you will use a volume into concentration formula. Okay, for the solution, sodium hydroxide is solution. Okay, it's dissolved in water, then sodium hydroxide is formed. So volume into concentration. What's the volume?
0.025.
0.025 multiplied by concentration is 2.24.
2.24.
Very good. What's the answer?
0.056.
0.056 moles. Good. Okay. Maximum number of moles of hydrated sodium sulfate. So you have to take the ratio between sodium oxide and hydrated sodium sulfate. So when we take the ratio, reactant ratio product,
1.
yes, it will be 2:1 because sodium hydroxide is 2, okay, and hydrated sodium sulfate is 1. So it's 2:1 according to the equation. Now if 2 is giving one product, half of the product, then 0.056 will give how much product?
0.028.
Yes, obviously half. Okay, 0.028. Okay, we will divide it by 2. If 2 is giving 1, then 0.056 will give half. We will divide by 2. So 0.028. The answer is 0.028 moles of sodium sulfate, hydrated sodium sulfate crystals. Okay, now we have the moles of sodium hydrate. Okay, moles, sorry, sodium sulfate. Moles we have the molar mass, which is given to us 32. Okay, we can find out the mass of it, maximum mass. So what will be the formula?
Mass times molar mass.
Moles multiplied by molar mass.
Yeah, moles multiplied by molar mass. Very good. What are the moles?
0.028
Molar mass?
into 322.
322. Very good. Answer?
9.116.
9.016.
9.016 or 9.01. Okay, so this is your predicted mass. What is the formula of percentage yield?
Actual yield over predicted yield into 100.
Actual mass or yield divided by predicted mass or predicted yield multiplied by 100. Okay, so actual is
3.86.
very good, which is given to us in the question. 3.86 and predicted is
9.01.
9.016.
yes, 9.01. 9.016 multiplied by 100. Answer
42.81.
42.8%. Correct. Okay, so if your answer is coming in 41, like 41% or 42%, or some of the students they round it off also 48.2 as 43, 43. Okay, for between 41 to 43, if your percentage is coming between these, then your answer is considered correct. Okay, so there are 4 parts. It's of 4 marks. Okay, each part carries one mark. So be careful about the first part, because if your first part question is correct, answer is correct, then your possibilities that your all of the answers will be correct. Okay, so after this, I have another worksheet for you. These are 2006 paper and October, November. Because previously, the questions which we were doing from the of the past papers, they were all of May-June papers, all from the May-June papers. Okay, but these set of questions, 4 or 5 questions, I took them all from October-November papers. So they all of these questions are from 2006 October-November. So this is the first question from paper 31. When 2.6 grams of ethyne react with excess hydrogen sulfide, 4.2 grams of thiophene are formed. Calculate the mass of thiophene formed when 15.6 gram of ethyne react. Okay, so do this question. It's really easy. I'm giving you 2 or 3 minutes. Come on, read it carefully and do it. In this question also, we have to take the ratio and find out the other one.
Ma'am, what is the formula of ethyne?
You don't have to know the formula. Yeah, because they are masses, na? So you will take the ratio between ethyne, okay, and thiophene. Ratio of their masses. So this much ethyne is producing this much thiophene. So this ethyne will produce how much thiophene. So that's how you have to do.
I'm receiving 1:1.6.
25.2. Sorry, 25.2.
The answer, calculate the mass of thiophene. Thiophene you have to find. So what answer you are getting?
25.2.
Okay, 25.2 and any other?
Only one answer.
No, yeah, you solved and you got 25.2. So if any other student solved and getting any other answer, different answer than this.
Okay.
Yes, Abdul Rafi, did you solve?
No, ma'am, not yet.
It's really easy. Everything is in the statement.
Ma'am, I got 24.96.
24.96 means almost the same. Kareeb.
Ma'am, I got 24.9. No, sorry, 24.8.
Okay, in this range. So let's solve 2.6 gram of ethyne react with hydrogen sulfide. 4.2 grams of thiophene are formed. So 2.6 gram of ethyne, it formed 4.2 grams of thiophene. Okay. Now what mass of thiophene is formed when 15.6 grams of ethyne react? Okay, so this is the question. That 2.6 gram will form, it formed 4.2 grams. Then how much 15.6 will form? So you have to, you have to do the unitary method for it. Okay, use the unitary method. 4.2. It will be 4.2 divided by 2.6. Okay, this number will come in the numerator. Okay, and ethyne, the information will come in the denominator. multiplied by the value about which they are asking.
3.6.
4.2 divided by 2.6 multiplied by 15.6. So what's the answer? 4.2 divided by
24.96.
2.6 multiplied by 15.6 to 25.2. This is I am getting. Please
Ma'am,
calculate it
I'm
again.
getting 24.96.
Did you calculate these numbers full? 4.2. Do it again. 4.2 divided by 2.6 multiplied by 15.6. It should be 25.2.
I'm getting 25.2.
Yes, ma'am. Now I'm getting 25.2.
Yeah, see? Okay, this is the correct answer. Okay, 25.2. This is known as unitary method. Okay, that's how you take the ratio of if there are different numbers. So the information which is at the top, the two things which are at the top, they will come in the numerator and denominator. Okay, and the information about which they're asking, like ethyne 15.6 ethyne will give how much, so that thing they do, that number will multiply with it. Okay, so 4.2 divided by 2.6 divided by 2.6 multiplied by 15.6. Yeah, this is known as unitary method. Okay, and that's how you take the ratio of two things. Okay, next question is, isoprene is a naturally occurring hydrocarbon. Explain how the name of isoprene suggests that it contains a carbon-carbon double bond. Very easy question. Isoprene, how the name is suggesting that it contains a double bond.
Ma'am, the E and E in the end.
Very good.
Protein. That's why.
Yeah, good answer. Okay, the name ends at "ene." Okay, so if it is E and E, so it means that there is double bond present. Remember, for hydrocarbon in grade 7 you studied that there are alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes. Yeah. Okay, so if there is alkane A and E, like ethane, methane, butane, propane, pentane, okay, if there is A and E, so it means there is carbon-carbon single bond. Okay, if there is ene, okay, propene, butene, pentene, then this is carbon-carbon, it has carbon-carbon double bond present. And if it is ine, okay, ethyne, propyne, butane, so it means carbon-carbon triple bond. Okay, so these are the identifications in namings. A sample of isoprene had the following composition by mass. So carbon is 88.28%, hydrogen is 11.76%. Calculate the empirical formula of isoprene. Show all your working. Okay, show all your working. Remember. Okay, so whatever is the percentage, it will be the same as mass. Okay, so calculate the empirical formula quickly. And I know that you know how to calculate. Oops. Come on, everyone. And if you have any question, you can ask, okay? Please Don't be so
And we
quiet.
will find the moles on the formula C2H4, right?
No, the moles from formula,
Sir,
this one, mass divided by molar mass.
No, I'm saying like there will be 2 atoms
ma'am,
of carbon and 4 atoms of hydrogen, right?
No,
So only CH.
only C and H. There will be C and H. You have to find that what will be the number,
Okay.
which whole number, how many carbons and
ma'am,
how many hydrogens will be
ma'am
there.
is the answer C5H8.
C5H8. Mm-hmm. Good.
And I also got the same C5H8.
Very good. From beta, use this formula, mass divided by molar mass, and use take out the moles. Then find the mole ratio by dividing by the least number. Okay. Then find the whole number ratio by multiplying with any number to get the whole number for both. Okay, you have 1 more minute, and then I will discuss. Did your teacher tell you that if you find out empirical formula, how to find the molecular formula from that? How to find the molecular formula from empirical formula? Did he tell you?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay. Because there is a question like that in your book as well. Okay, I'll tell you. And in this question also, in the next question, they're asking you that.
Ma'am, can you discuss?
Yeah. Okay. So moles, this formula you will use. Mass is 88.24 divided by what is the molar mass of
12.
carbon?
12.
12. Good. So what's the answer?
7.35.
Very good. 7.35. Okay, for hydrogen, 11.76 divided by
1.
1. So 11.76. Good. Now, to find the mole ratio, what we will do?
Divide by the smallest number.
Yes, divide by the smallest number, which is 7.35. Yes. What's the answer for carbon?
1 and 1.6.
And 1.6 for hydrogen. Okay, so we have to find the whole number ratio. Carbon is whole number, but hydrogen is not a whole number. So we will multiply it by 2.
5.
So by multiplying by 2, yeah, are we getting the whole number when we multiply by 2?
No, ma'am.
No, it's 2.2.
No. So let's try with 3.
No, ma'am.
We are not getting the whole number by 3 as well. Okay, so if we multiply it by 4,
No, ma'am.
still no,
ma'am.
we are not getting the whole number. And if we multiply by 5,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, 8.
8.
8.
yes, then we'll get a whole number. So C, carbon will be 5 and hydrogen would be 8. So C5H8. This is the empirical formula. Okay, so see, this question is of 3 marks, so you have to show your full working like this. Okay, that what you are finding. Okay. Now the next question is, what additional information would be required to calculate the molecular formula of isoprene? Okay, first of all, empirical formula and molecular formula. These are the two formulas of same compound. Okay, but molecular formula, it tells you the total number of atoms present. Okay, the exact number of atoms present in a formula, in a compound. Okay, so how many carbons and how many hydrogens are present in a formula, that molecular formula will tell us. And empirical formula is its simplest whole number ratio. Okay, in that in empirical formula is the simplest whole number ratio present in that formula. So carbon 5 and H8, is the simplest whole number, but otherwise in this compound of isoprene, there are like the actual number of carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms are different, which molecular formula will tell us. Okay. Now this question is that if you have the empirical formula and you need to know the molecular formula, that what information is required? How will you find it out? If your teacher didn't tell you that, then I will tell you. To find the molecular formula, we have this formula, molecular, and please note it down. Okay, molecular formula is equal to N multiplied by empirical formula. N multiplied by empirical formula. Okay, so this N can be any integer. It can be any whole number. For example, let's take, for example, this N is 3. Okay, then 3 brackets, right? You will write empirical formula C5H8. Okay, and then you will multiply this 3 with both of them. So the molecular formula will come out C15
C15H24.
H24. This will be your molecular formula, which will tell you the exact number of atoms present in a compound. Okay, so that's how you calculate. And how to find this N? This N you will find out by this formula. N is equal to molecular formula mass divided by empirical formula mass. Empirical formula mass. Okay, so these are the two formulas. To find the molecular formula, you have this formula, N into empirical formula. And how to find N? You will find N by this formula. Molecular formula mass over empirical formula mass. Okay, empirical formula mass, the denominator, you can find the empirical formula from here. Okay, whatever empirical formula you have, take out its RFM, it will give you empirical formula mass. Okay, and molecular formula mass will be given to you, because obviously you don't know the molecular formula, you have to take it out. Okay, so you cannot calculate the molecular formula mass, so it will be given to you in the question. If they ask you to calculate molecular formula, okay, then it will be given, but in this question it is not given. So the answer of this question is, what additional information would be required to calculate the molecular formula? So the information required is molecular formula mass, that it should be given to you. It should be given to us. Okay, molecular formula mass. This is the answer of this question. Okay. If I hope you all have a chemistry book in front of you. Open page number 126 of your book. Okay, I will also open it to see if it is 126 or some other page.
Open.
126. No, not 126. Wait. It is some other page. Wait, let me check. Yeah, sorry, not 126, 162. 162. Okay, on page 162, there are two questions, 6.5 and 6.6. Okay, in question 6.6, okay, in question 6.6, you can see that in part A, they have written calculate its empirical formula. Okay, so once you calculate the empirical formula, part B is that what is its molecular formula, and the relative molecular mass of the compound is 62. Okay, molecular mass is given. So in this type of question in which they ask you about molecular formula, to find out the molecular formula, then molecular mass will be given to you. Like in this question, it is given 62. Okay, so it will be given to you. So if it is not given, then this question in the past paper, but they're asking that which information is required. So it is molecular mass, which is not given to us. Okay, in this question, but always it will be given to you if they ask about molecular formula. Okay, and you have to use these formulas then to find it out. Okay, try out this example also, example 6.6, if you get time. Okay, now how much time is left? We have 3 minutes. Okay. See this question. The next one, this is from the same paper. I think it's 41. Yeah, paper 41. Okay, same question. There are two questions in this paper. So calcium chloride can be made by reacting calcium carbonate with hydrochloric acid. Okay, so calcium carbonate plus acid. Metal carbonate is reacting. Metal carbonate plus acid. It is giving salt plus water. It will give, it's a neutralization reaction, but in this neutralization reaction you will also get carbon dioxide because of that carbonate. Okay, because of carbonate you will get carbon dioxide also. And excess calcium carbonate was added to 50 centimeter cube of 0.5 mole per decimeter cube hydrochloric acid. The solution was filtered to remove the excess calcium carbonate, and these are the questions which you have to find out. How many moles of HCl, reduce the number of moles of carbon dioxide. Again, you have to follow the footbridge in this question. What is given to you? HCl, about HCl, the volume is given, 50 centimeter cube. Concentration of HCl is given, 0.5 mole per decimeter cube. Okay, and they're asking you about the moles of HCl. And which formula we will use?
Concentration into volume.
Volume.
Very good. Very good. Concentration or volume into concentration. Then part B is deduce the number of moles of carbon dioxide. You will take the ratio between HCl and carbon dioxide and find out.
1:2.
Okay. Yes. And then in part C, calculate the mass. So if you have the moles of carbon dioxide, you can find the mass of carbon dioxide. Okay. Come on, let's do these three parts fast.
Ma'am, time is up.
Come on. Time's up. Okay, so inshallah we'll do this in the next class. This question number 7,
Am I
and
done?
there are 2 more questions. Done.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now keep the answers
me
with
too.
you, and I will ask tomorrow, inshallah. Okay. And inshallah tomorrow I'll again give you time, 2 minutes to attempt this question for the rest of the boys. Okay, you can go now, and best of luck for your today's paper. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.
Hafiz, ma'am.
Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.
Allah Hafiz.